Video game pricing makes absolutely no sense. The only thing that makes less sense is how John Riccidiello keeps getting CEO roles at major gaming companies and then destroying them. If you walk into a car dealership, generally the more money you give them, the more car you get. Heated leather seats, cooler wheels, a better engine, or just straight up a better car. What you put in is what you get out, except for those unnecessary $400 upgrades the dealer just throws in there to scam you like, ooh, all-weather flooring and, oh, lighted cup holders. If you pay 20 grand for a car, you know what to expect. If you double that to 40 grand, you expect a significantly bigger, faster, better, newer car, because that's just how it works. But not in gaming. Oh no. Because we never make sense here. When you roll up to the store and walk over to the shelves of brand new video games, if you still participate in this historical event, you'll notice that barring a sale, they're generally the same price across the board. Tears of the Kingdom is $70, because 70 is the new 60, but it's a brand new game, so that makes sense, kind of. Its prequel, Breath of the Wild, is still full price at $60. That game came out 6 years ago, Nintendo, get over yourself. Call of Duty is $70. Wait a second, didn't we just get the exact same game a few months ago? Why is this glorified DLC being treated like it's actually worth the same amount as a full new game? The Last of Us Part 1 for the PS5 is $70. Why would anyone pay that much money for a game that came out a decade ago and that already has a remaster? The first thing we need to change is the idea that a game is actually worth $70 just because it's new. Madden 24 is just Madden 23 with a different number, and we all know it. I hope no one's trying to kid themselves that EA is developing a brand spanking new experience every single year. I could make Madden 25 right now. Bam! There. Skyrim Anniversary Edition is $70 on the Switch for a digital copy. That ain't current gen, it isn't even last gen. This game came out in the Xbox 360 era, which in 2 years will be considered retro. Tell me why Mr. Todd thinks he can sell this inferior version of a game that you cannot mod, which is the entire point of Bethesda Game Studios games, for $70, and it's digital only. It's bamboozling, and I'm not skipping past that little digital part there. Why in the ever-loving land of Ronald McDonald, or wherever else you hail from, are we being asked to pay the same amount of money for a digital copy of the game or a physical copy of the game? They're not the same. Digital copies don't cost gaming companies anything like the physical copies do. There's no manufacturing, printing, shipping, handling, retail space they have to pay for. It just sends out over the cloud straight into your console or PC. And as consumers, we don't even own the digital games we buy. We're just being loaned a license that can be revoked at any point in time that the company feels like it. Remember when Ubisoft just started deleting people's accounts for inactivity, regardless of the fact that they had hundreds of dollars of games in there? They don't care. Doop, boop, it's gone. At least with physical games, you have something to hold on to. They can't take this away from me, or they're gonna die trying. Look, I'm not saying one form is better than the other. I'm saying they shouldn't be counted as equals in monetary value. I don't know the exact cost of manufacturing and selling physical copies of games, but let's just say that digital copies should cost $5 to $10 less than their physical counterparts. That sounds fair to me. I'm not talking about game length today, because it's a complicated conversation and frankly length doesn't always matter. But I am gonna talk about quality. You simply cannot convince me that God of War, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and Baldur's Gate 3 should be valued the same as Gotham Knights, but they are. Now, I'm not saying that developers should try to take a step back and look at their game from a more objective standpoint to determine its worth. They have their pride as its creators, and their company's financial department has bills it needs to pay. But months after a game flops onto the scene like an overweight fish that died a week ago, it might be time to reevaluate how much you charge. As ridiculous as it is, Nintendo can still charge 60 big ones for a 5-year-old fighting game because aside from its netcode that's so bad I mention it in 17.4% of my videos, the game is so feature-rich and provides so much value for its players this far out from its launch that it can demand that price premium. At least they have a valid argument. That being said, this game is really overpriced. Sometimes though, you get a deal that's so good it makes you wonder why you should ever pay full price for anything. I bought The Witcher 3 with all its DLC back in 2020 for $14.99. I could pay $100 for that game and still feel like I got my money's worth. Conversely, you couldn't get me to buy some games even if they were $15 because they're just not good enough to warrant that. Honestly, with all the games that are coming out now and the average size of a gamer's backlog, most of us could probably just wait a couple years after a game's release and pick it up much cheaper. You can completely skip all the nonsense I just talked about for the last few minutes and invalidate this video. But you know what you shouldn't skip? The subscribe button. Also breathing. Have a good day.